strength. It's not just about muscle, it's about will. Grit, the fire inside that refuses to quit. Every rep, every lift, every drop of sweat, it all leads to this moment. This is for the relentless. The dedicated. The ones who push past limits and redefine strength. You don't just lift the weight. You lift yourself. You lift your legacy. Powerlifting isn't a sport. It's a statement. How strong is yours?
Good morning and welcome to the 2025 European Open Classic Powerlifting Championships here in Malaga, Spain. I'm Amelia Potter, joined by Laura Oviedo this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
It is an absolute pleasure. Obviously, I'm on your home soil today, so it'd be great to have you here with me watching the 63 kilo and 69 kilo B groups this morning. But I've got to say, the B groups this championship have been very, very surprising. A lot of them medaling over.
Right?
Yes, Pantea, she hasn't weighed in, and we're not sure if that's her going into the later group this evening or she's not here at all. So this first group slightly shorter. The second group, I believe, is still 13 lifters. First out, you have Barbara Ursinic from Croatia, 110 kilos.
Nice.
Yeah, very comfortable. She walked the bar out quite far, I noticed, but perhaps just wants to be safe of that rack from knocking that tool. That's a good lift.
Bar is loaded.
Now have Tamara Mijatovic from Croatia, 117.5 kilos. Fresh out of the juniors at 24 years old.
I think she's off to a good start with this opener. It was the same opener in her last competition.
Yeah, and it looks pretty strong there for her. It's always hard as well to tell sometimes how a lifter is with their squat. Sometimes it is a case of they're slow all the way through. Sometimes they're very snappy squatters. So it takes us to the second often to know how strong they're feeling on the day, but it's a lovely opener. Angelika Szaro from Poland, 125 kilos. Already nearing double body weight here.
She was silver on Polish nationals. Really good.
Yeah, very, very strong. It's a good lift through white lights.
Bar is loaded.
Merrily Andla from Estonia, Opening 10 kilos below her personal best at 132.5.
I was really surprised with this lifter. She's not only a power lifter, she's also, or at least she used to be a runner.
Oh, wow.
A half marathon runner.
Bit of a hybrid athlete here. Very quick descent there and a explosive ride up. 3 white lights, a good lift.
140 kilos en waarvoor Elizabeth Sweets. Gevolgd bij Eve Bacher en Boyd. Bar is loaded.
Elizabeth Suits from Estonia, following her teammate out there. 140 kilos for her opening attempt.
This is the heaviest she has ever opened in a meet.
Wow.
So I think she's going to be really, really strong today.
Training must be going well for her into this competition. Let's see how her opener moves and if it reflects that. Wow,
Really
it certainly
nice.
does. I think that might have been the best opener we've seen so far. Like you alluded to before, it's a really quick flight. There's 7 lifters, so it'll be a very quick turnover for the lifters, which will affect them in turn as well.
Bar is loaded.
We now have Katja Eisbacher from Switzerland, 145 kilos.
Really nice.
And that is a good lift. 3 white lights and 7.5 kilos below her personal best, perhaps pacing to surpass that today.
A really strong opener now.
Bar is loaded.
Yeah, absolutely a huge jump up here for her teammate. We have Jana Wolf of Switzerland. Has a personal best of 170 kilos and is also opening at 170. 7 years in the game at 35. It's not normal that you necessarily see this, but I'm excited to do so. Like we said, the B groups have really been shining this year, and I believe Jana will be a fantastic example of that. Looks very strong. Let's wait for the lights.
2-1.
Yeah, just gets a depth call from the right side referee. So we'll have a look in the replay. This is the side she gets the white from. Let's see what you think here, Laura.
It looks good to me, but we cannot say exactly because we cannot see as good as they can see.
And it looks like the jury has overruled that, unfortunately, for Jana. And it's a big opener. She just needs to sink a little bit further, and it really does make a difference in terms of strength when you have to do those couple extra inches. But that did conclude our openers, and all bar Wolf have got a squat on the board.
Bar is loaded.
We now have Barbara Ursinic from Croatia, 117.5 kilos, 7.5 kilo jump, so to match her personal best.
Really, really nice.
Yeah, very strong looking second attempt there for Barbara. And a good lift on pace for a decent personal best on her third attempt.
Bar is loaded.
Mijatovic from Croatia, also jumping to her current personal best of 125 kilos.
Looking really, really strong. I think we can expect her to hit a PB today.
Yeah, I would imagine so. The way she squats seems to me like she can really grind if she needs to on that third attempt.
Bar is loaded.
Angelika Szaro from Poland, jumping now 7.5 kilos to 132.5. Another athlete looking to match their personal best. Her opener was very nice.
She usually competes really good. Her last competition was 9 out of 9. So I'm excited to see how she develops during the competition.
Yeah, that's a lovely second attempt, a good lift, and yeah, with that we should imagine her to pick some pretty sensible choices in terms of attempt selection. Murli Andla from Estonia, 137.5 kilos, 5 kilo jump from her opener. Oh, hits a hard sticking point there in the middle, but manages to push through it.
And 3 white lights.
Yeah, I'm wondering, Laura, how much you think she has left in the tank after that. Is quite a hard second.
Yeah, well, I think she's going to put the minimum she can, like 2.5, and call it for today.
I think that's a good decision. It's quite an awkward sticking point she has, but a strong second nonetheless. Elizabeth Suits from Estonia, 147.5 kilos, 7.5 kilo jump from her opener.
She smiles, really happy.
Yeah, it's a lovely second attempt.
Bar is loaded.
Still looking really strong, not slowed down too much from her opener. Katja Eichbacher from Switzerland, 150 kilos, a 5 kilo jump, leaving her just 2.5 kilos below her personal best.
Quite an effort there, but I think it's a good lift. Yeah.
2-1, a good lift. Yeah, just gets a depth call from the side we see here in the replay. So what we're looking for is the hip crease to go below the top of the knee joint. And I think that's fine. I think she just dips in very quickly, which some lifters do, and it's just harder for the referees to see live. Now already onto our heaviest squatter of the flight, Jana Wolf from Switzerland. Didn't get this in her opener. It was overturned by the jury to a no lift on an account of depth. She looked very strong, but can she maintain that strength while squatting it a little bit deeper?
Yeah, she just needs to sink a little bit more.
Yeah, much easier said than done, and I hope she can because she needs to get a squat on the board. Certainly looks better. It's much harder, but I think she should be safe with that.
2-1.
Yeah, which means she's still at risk of the jury. We'll have a look from the side, and usually when you get whites from the side on squats, you're in a better position. And it looks like the jury will keep that as a good lift, and she is safe on the board with a huge 170 kilo squat, but she'll have to maintain that depth for that third attempt where she'll push the weight up. Now onto the third and final round of squats in the 63s before we head straight through to the 69 kilo category. Barbara Ursinic from Croatia, 122.5 kilos. 5 kilo jump for a 5 kilo personal best.
Barbara usually competes in the 57 class, but she moved up.
And
Really strong.
Yeah, the new class seems to suit her very well. 2-1, a good lift and a huge personal best. Still weighing in quite light at 61.84. So it has room to grow into the class.
For sure.
What an exciting place to be.
The bar is loaded.
Tamara Mijatovic from Croatia, taking a 5 kilo jump to 130 kilos.
I believe this is an important weight for her because she failed that in her last competition, so we hope she gets it this time.
Been chasing that 130 squat, it seems, for a while. Would be a 5 kilo personal best. As you said, Laura, been chasing it for a little while. There it is. Yeah.
Today is the day.
Oh,
no.
Maybe it's not. We'll have a look at the replay. Looking at the side, she does get that white from, but she got called for depth. Coach already at the jury table. It looks pretty decent to me, but we'll have to see if the jury agree. Unfortunately not. They have to be unanimous. It looked like a couple of the jurors did want to turn it over, but there are 3 there and they all have to agree. 130 still eludes her. Angelika Szaro from Poland, 137.5 kilos on the bar. 5 kilo jump. Also looking for a personal best here.
Oh no.
Just got stuck in that grinding point in the middle there.
I believe this is the first lifter that misses on strength, not in referees' decisions. So they are really strong today.
Yeah, absolutely. Seems to be making good decisions, and we tend to see some misses on strength and third attempts where they're really pushing themselves, particularly where they're not chasing medals, they're pushing for personal bests. Marilia Andla from Estonia, 140 kilos, as we suspected, taking that 2.5 kilo jump. Not reaching for a personal best today, but taking what she can hopefully get on the day, which is the important strategy to follow. Wow, that is an incredible grind. And for a second there, I wasn't sure she'd get through it, but she proved me wrong. A fantastic third attempt.
Perfect attempt selection. Perfect.
And by the look on her face, she's a little bit surprised with the grind she had in her too. What a phenomenal effort.
Bar is loaded.
Another lifter opting for that 2.5 kilo jump. We have Katja Eichberger from Switzerland This would be a match personal best should she make this. Giving the spotters a bit of a fist bump there, knowing she'll probably need the support. It'll be similar looking grind, I imagine, to Anla. Wow, an almost identical
they can
grind.
fight.
That is absolutely incredible. 2-1, a good lift. Big celebration and well deserved.
Going on the bar for Elizabeth Schutz. Followed by Wong.
The bar even stopped and she managed to get it going again, which is absolutely incredible.
Bar is loaded.
Now Elizabeth Suits from Estonia taking another 7.5 kilo jump, and I think it's justified. The second was very, very nice, and this will be for a 2.5 kilo personal best. She's looking very strong today.
Yeah, she is. She definitely is. 2-1.
Yeah, she gets a yellow from the far side referee. We'll have a look at that again.
I don't know the reason why.
177.5 for Ghana. Hold.
Maybe the command.
No, the jury look a little baffled about that as well, so I think she'll be safe with it, and it's a lovely third attempt. And our final third attempt before heading straight through to the 69 ladies, we have Jana Wolf, who had trouble with depth on her opener with 170, came back, hit depth on her second. It was harder, as to be expected. Now looking to jump 7.5 kilos, which would be a personal best, as she opened on her PB. Question is, can she hit depth again and still manage to stand that squat up?
It's a big jump.
Unfortunately not there today. I think having to retake that opener would have gassed her out mentally as well as physically, and trying to find that extra depth with a narrow stance just would have been so much harder. Still walks away with the 170 though, which is incredibly impressive to see. And we conclude the 63s. As you can see, Wolf still in the lead with 170, followed by Suitz and Eisbacher with the A group to follow this afternoon. So subject to change, we head immediately into this 69 kilo category. We have a slightly larger flight here
120 kilos bar is loaded.
of 11 lifters. Kicking us off, we have Carla Balicevac of Croatia.
Followed by Vargas and Kuchila.
Just 1 year of competing, still a junior at 23 years old. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Both had the same thought there.
Yeah.
2-1.
And 2-1, a good lift. Have a look at that again in the replay, but that was extremely comfortable. Could have easily been her second to last warm-up.
Bar is loaded.
Looks good. Now we have Luisa Vargas of Portugal, 130 kilos, and one of the smiliest lifters we're probably going to see.
Mm-hmm. The venue is not full yet, but she has support. She definitely has support in the bleachers.
Yeah, a whole team behind her. Oh, that's a lovely opener, and a smile from Luisa as she stands it up. Just waiting for the lights there, but certainly move her. We'll have a look at that again while we wait for those referee lights.
Flags or thumbs up, thumbs down.
And 2-to-1 a good lift, although the lights show 2-to-1 a no lift. Yep, it is 2-to-1 a good lift.
A 2-to-1 good
The center referee did give a white. It's just a technical error there, so it is a good lift for Vargas.
40 kilos on the bar for Katia Kurtsilava. Bar is loaded.
I think the score sheet shows it's not a good lift, but it is. There we go. The score sheet has corrected. Now have Katya Kurtsilava from Georgia with 140 kilos.
We have some lifters that compete in other sports. Katya also competes in bodybuilding, or at least she used to.
Another hybrid athlete, I suppose.
Really nice.
And is a good lift. 3 white lights.
140 kilos on the bar for Miriam Yertsikovic. Bar is loaded.
Miriam Jerkovic from Israel, 140 kilos. Opening 7.5 kilos below her personal best. Very smooth looking opener.
2-to-1 depth again.
Yeah, we'll have a look again in the replay, bearing in mind the side that got the red is not the side we're seeing, and some lifters do just manage to get one hip lower than the other, but it looks very good in the replay.
Another athlete from Israel.
Yeah, great to see the Israeli team growing here. Lisa Halaby, 147.5 kilos.
She's been a long time in the game too, competing since 2017. So it's been a long time in the game.
Is a good lift, 3 white lights.
155 kilos going on the bar for Ellen Åkesson, followed by Mangan Murati. Bar is loaded.
We now have Ellen Ackerson of Sweden, 155 kilos. Another lifter that looks happy to be here, which we love to see. So a lovely deep opener, but a little bit of a sticking point there in the middle.
3 white lights it would be for Ellen.
It's 3 white lights.
And sometimes it can be a case of either overthinking or just being a little nervous in the opener, which can make it feel a little harder. And I'm hoping that's the case. She hit the hole quite hard.
For me, the hardest attempt is always the first one in squat, because you leave the warm-up room and then you are on the stage with all the public and everything, and it's quite a different.
Yeah, it's a completely different kettle of fish. Nana Malmgaard from Denmark now, 155 kilos for her opening attempt. Some big opening squats in this flight. Opening 10 kilos below her personal best. Very controlled squat, but yeah, I was a little worried about that, just not deep enough. Have a look again in the replay. And I think sometimes when a lifter is so leant over, it can feel like you've hit depth. And it's so close, it really is so close.
Sometimes it's difficult when you have such long legs. She has really long femurs.
Chiara Larisci from Switzerland, 157.5 kilos, has a big personal best of 172.5. A bit of a shaky walk out there, but she steadies herself. She has plenty of time to get that command. Oh, and she squats before she got the command. I think just the shaking and setting herself threw her off, and she
Yeah, I
got
think
about the command.
she's nervous.
And it's
Really
understandable.
normal.
She won't make that mistake twice, and the strength is definitely there. And I think she realised as soon as she stood up what she'd done.
Do you think she's going to add up some weight, or she's going to repeat?
I think it's important to get on the board. It depends what her goals are here today, but maybe they'll jump somewhere in between where they thought they were going to from the first to second, but getting on the board is more important than anything. Just for some confidence, if nothing else. 165 kilos for Rosalia Vega Lestegas from Spain. Opening very close to her personal best. Very measured squat there.
Yeah, really controlled. She's a really slow lifter, so
Okay.
we can expect her to move some bigger weights.
Yeah,
Call on
and
depth.
another lifter getting called on depth there.
172.5 for Melanie Wirtz. Bar is loaded.
We now have Melanie Wirtz from Germany, 172.5 kilos. 3 lifters without their opening attempts in, with 2 openers to remain. This is a huge opening attempt, 2.5 kilos below her best.
Really, really strong.
Yeah, smooth looking opener for Melanie. And 3 white lights. And that must be quite a relief after seeing a few lifters not get their openers in.
This is the kind of situation that always makes you nervous. And not only as an athlete, also as a public. You never want to see an athlete miss the competition.
Absolutely. Now, a huge opening attempt, and this would be a huge opening attempt in the B or the A flight. Sabina Maturek from Poland, 180 kilos, opening on her personal best. So if this is an easy opener, then I'm very excited to see where she moves to. But let's see how it goes before we get ahead of ourselves.
Wow.
Yeah.
Training has been going really well for her.
Wow, indeed. It was very easy, and it was to depth. 3 white lights, a good lift. And I'm very excited to see where she'll be pushing that towards today. Perhaps getting close to that 200 kilo squat.
Bar is loaded.
Now that concludes our opening attempts. 3 lifters still not yet on the board. Carla Belicevac from Croatia, 132.5 kilos.
You know what? Another hybrid athlete here.
Oh.
High rocks athlete.
Oh, a literal hybrid athlete, then there we go. This is a 12.5 kilo jump, a good size jump here, a 2.5 kilo personal best. If she gets in, definitely had the easiest opener of the lot.
Wow.
And there we go, that could have been her opener.
3 white lights and a good lift.
She definitely has more in the tank today.
Yeah, 100%, a very easy personal best as well. I'm not sure she knows where her ceiling is. We now have Luisa Vargas from Portugal taking a 7.5 kilo jump, just 2.5 kilos below her personal best. Opener moved well for Luisa. Another great attempt.
I love her smile.
Yeah, she's a very enjoyable lifter to watch. And 2-1, a good lift. Does get called in depth from the far side referee, which is the angle we can see now. So we're just going to watch that back. The jury seem happy with it being a good lift, which is great to see.
Bar is loaded.
I think athletes are aware that the depth is it's going to be something that the judges are going to watch out, and
Yeah, they
they are
certainly,
preparing themselves.
they certainly have their eyes peeled for depth today. 147.5 for Miriam Gurkovic from Israel for a match personal best.
Yeah, no problem with the depth in this attempt.
Yeah, and it's a lovely looking second attempt. I think now I've seen her squat twice. Her style lends herself very well to keeping in that position and pushing through those difficult reps. I'd say maybe 5 extra kilos in that.
Bar is loaded.
Katya Kurtsilava from Georgia taking a 10 kilo jump to 150.
And that's a PB if the referee say so. Yeah.
That is 3 white.
Yeah, hits a sticking point, but it didn't seem to bother her really at all.
5 kilos on the bar for the
I think she has a little more today.
followed by Malgar.
Yeah, and she strikes me as the kind of lifter that can push through a lift when it gets a little bit harder.
Bar is loaded.
155 kilos for Lisa Halabi of Israel. 7.5 kilo jump from her opener. Lovely.
I think she's going to look for a PB in the next attempt. She's really happy.
Yeah, I could see that being completely justifiable. It's a lovely second attempt, very smooth.
The bar is loaded.
One of our first of 3 lifters without a squat on the board yet. We have Nana Malmgaard from Denmark. The only one of the 3 not to up the attempt. I believe it was a depth issue. Got 3 reds, 155 kilos, reattempting it. Just needed to get a little bit deeper. The good news is she's had a feel for the platform now, for the room. Hopefully can settle some of those nerves. Get those extra couple of inches. It's definitely deeper. Wow.
And still 2-1.
Yeah, I want to have a look at the replay actually, because at least from the side we're seeing, which is where I got the white, it did look a lot deeper. And I think she should be okay with that, and the jury seem happy, so she is on the board.
Two more lifters out of the board now.
Let's go, Ellen.
Now have Ellen Axon keen to get on the platform, 162.5 kilos, For the Swedish lifter, a 7.5 kilo jump.
She pushes through and she got it. Yeah, through white lights.
There we go. And it looked easier than actually her opener. I think just getting some of those nerves out the way. She's got a feel for the room now.
Bar is loaded.
Chiara Luracci from Switzerland. One of our final two lifters who needs a squat. Has upped it 5 kilos, as we imagined, going somewhere between the two jumps. She just skipped that start command. She had a shaky walkout and I think just got in her head and forgot to wait for the start command from the center referee. As long as she can fix that up, strength didn't seem to be an issue.
Yeah, she was super, super quick in that squat.
Even the walkout looks better this time.
That's right.
And she waited for both commands. And 2 to 1, a good lift. Let's have a look at the replay, Laura.
It looks good to me, but you know, we are not seeing what the referees are seeing, but
It will remain a good lift, however, which is great news. Just one lifter left to get that squat on the board, and it is Rosalia Vega Lestegas from Spain. Has up to 170 kilos for a match personal best. Like before, it was just a depth issue, and I hope matching her personal best here doesn't hurt her. Just needs to find a little bit of extra depth.
training has been going super good for her recently. She lifted 177.5 training. That's right.
Yeah, and the depth certainly looked better, and I hope the referees agree. Oh, but yellow.
Yellow.
And I think it was for elbows on the knees. We'll have a look at her elbows here. So the yellow would be for her elbows supporting. And it looks like they grazed. They're allowed to touch as long as they don't deem it as a supportive movement. And the jury have overruled it to a good lift, and she is on the board. And that is great news. All 11 lifters with a squat on the board.
Anyway, she's the kind of lifter that would have done well. She performs really well under pressure. So, but this is the best case scenario.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad to see she can now push her third a little bit, because she looks strong enough to do so. 180 kilos for Melanie Wirtz from Germany. A 7.5 kilo jump for a huge personal best in the platform. And her opener was lovely. Looking really, really strong today.
Wow.
And that is a good lift. 3 white lights.
Our second attempt, 187.5 on the bar for Sabina Materek. Followed by Stanislavas and Vargas.
Our final second attempt now before heading to the third and final round of squats for the 69 kilo B group. Sabina Materek from Poland, 187.5 kilos. Already opened with her personal best, and boy did it look good. Should this move well and she makes a near equal jump, she'll land within 7.5 kilos of 200, which is super exciting.
A great milestone. Wow. That's how you hit a PB.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. 2 to 1, a good lift. I don't imagine to see anything more than 2.5, 5 kilos at a push, though, if they're trying to collect as many kilos as possible. But she could have the grind of the day on her.
Bar is loaded.
We head through to the third round of squats now with everybody on the board, which is exactly what we want to see. Now everybody pushing themselves as much as they can in that third round of squats. First out, we have 140 kilos for Karla Pelikovac from Croatia for a 7.5 kilo personal best. And really, there are no small squatters in this flight. Even as a B group, they're all very, very strong. Already personal best on her second. This is to further extend it. And she's not slowed down yet.
And she's a really new lifter, and she's already doing big jumps. Wow. Justified.
Yeah, really, at the end of the day, it wasn't even that difficult. It looked great. And a huge personal best.
The bar is loaded. To be followed by Gertrudis and Priscilla.
Another lifter now going for a personal best, and what a great place to get a PB here at the European Championships. Luísa Vargas of Portugal, 145 kilos. Her 137.5 was very nice. Got a big smile after the fact. Oh, and it is a lovely third attempt from Luísa.
Oh, no.
And that is such a shame. She looked so strong.
Didn't expect that.
I didn't expect that either. We'll have a look again in the replay. It's tough. It's on the line there, but I mean, I think 145 and more is there for her very, very soon, which is an exciting prospect. 150 kilos for Miriam Gurkovic from Israel, also going for a personal best, 150. Another very exciting prospect.
$115 squat, 200 in deadlift. There are like milestones for this kind of weight classes. We're excited to see.
Yeah, and there it is. Like I said, that position lending very well to the grind.
And it's a good lift. Nothing to worry about there.
No, and she's very happy, and she should be. Like you said, 150 is a big milestone. Now, Katja Kurtsalava from Georgia, 155 kilos. Another lifter going for a personal best. I think 5 kilos the right decision here.
I really like this sport because she's been competing for 10 years and she's still making PBs. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unfortunately not. It's quite an upright squatter. She hits that middle sticking point, and it's just quite hard to grind through. But
when you're that kind of explosive lifter,
I think she hit the hole a little harder than before that time round. But like you said, with a decade of experience, getting that close to your personal best and beyond it, it's exciting. Lisa Halaby from Israel, 162.5 kilos, looking for a 2.5 kilo personal best. Her second was very smooth.
she's really intense in the walkout.
Wow. Yeah, that is an amazing third attempt from Lisa, and a good lift.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that is so well deserved. Again, another lifter that clearly has kilos left in the tank, but you don't necessarily need to gas yourself out. There's still 6 attempts left to go. $162.5 kilos for Nana Malmgaard from Denmark. Just didn't get her opener due to depth. Retook it, got on the board, and is now jumping 7.5 kilos, 162.5.
I think it's a big jump, but maybe it helps her to sink a little bit deeper. Let's see.
Yeah, perhaps looking to make up some ground here, but still below her personal best, so hopefully something within her wheelhouse.
Wow.
Oh, phenomenal grind from
That's
Nana.
how you fight.
Oh, and that's such a shame. 2-1, a no lift. We have a look at the replay as the jury will. The coach goes over. And the jury, just in discussion, send the coach away. We'll keep one eye on that, but for now we have Ellen Ackerson from Sweden, 167.5 kilos, and that lift has been overturned to a good lift for Malmgard. Now Ackerson, 167.5 for a 5 kilo personal best.
Wow. Oh.
Just lost balance a bit there, I think.
Well, she can be happy.
Yeah, and see, still seems in good spirits as she leaves. Just a slight shift as she starts trying to grind through there. Just a bit too heavy today.
The bar is loaded.
Chiara Lurashi from Switzerland, 170 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump from her second. Just after missing her opener on skip commands, but she really cleaned it all up for her second.
And she's going to be really close to her PB, but that opener really changed plans for her, I think.
Yeah, and it's important to adapt to what happens on the day instead of trying to just stick rigidly to your original plan. Wow.
Wow.
And she's clearly very, very strong today.
She looks happy.
Yeah, and it's important to take what happens and roll with it and move forwards. You know, there's always time to reflect after the competition, but at the end of squats, you still have 2/3 of the competition to go.
Bar is loaded.
Rosalia Vega Lestegas from Spain taking a 7.5 kilo jump to 177.5 for a new personal best. Just had some issues with depth on her opener, but managed to fix it up for her second.
If she gets this, it's going to match her heaviest squat in prep. So she has lifted this before. She knows how to do it.
Let's hope she can do it today. Oh, phenomenal from Rosalia there. 2-1, a good lift. Still gets that yellow call from the far side, I think, for the elbows, but she is ecstatic, and she should be.
Bar is loaded.
And the jury don't look like they're touching it. 2 squats remaining, the first of which is 185 kilos for Melanie Wirtz from Germany. 5 kilo jump for a new personal best. Looks a little bit more dialed in for this third attempt, as it is a PB.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
Yes.
A well-earned scream as well. And can I say how refreshing it is to see a scream after you finish the lift, not
Yeah,
during?
no, not during it. Oh, the tension here.
And 3 white lights,
Yeah.
a good lift. Incredible there.
I can remember some iconic lifters such as Isabella von Weissenberry, who used to scream or grunt during the lift, and it was like, you are going to fail.
Sabina Maturek from Poland, 192.5 kilos, our final squat of this session, and it is huge. Making that 5 kilo jump, as we said, would already be the top end of the jump we would expect. If she gets this, just 7.5 kilos away from that huge milestone of 200.
Wow.
Something in the air today with these grinds.
It is a 2-1.
It is a good lift.
Wow, what a way to finish the squat.
Yeah, and that is a huge squat. Does get a call for depth there.
Change your openers if you wish to do so.
They are discussing it. We'll keep our eye there. But let's just sum up what we've seen. It looks like it will remain a good lift. Vega Lestergas currently in bronze, Wirtz in silver, and Maturek in gold. Obviously subject to change, so we have the 69 kilo A group this afternoon. We're going to head into a 10-minute break now before bench press, so don't go anywhere and we will see you then.
You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word, You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right. You know I don't play. 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 You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. You know I don't play. You know I don't play. You know I don't. I'll put up a good fight. It's gonna get. It's personal. Better watch, it's gonna get. It's personal. Better watch your back. It's gonna get. It's gonna get personal.
The bench press is the second movement performed in a powerlifting competition. It's a movement that mainly uses upper body strength. A slight back arch is authorized and allows for a stronger and healthier shoulder positioning. Laying down on the bench, the athlete has to create points of contact between his head, shoulder, glutes and the bench. His feet has to lay flat on the ground with the heels in the contact with the floor. Once that position is locked, the central referee gives the start command. The lifter lowers the bar until it touches his chest. The lower underside of both of his elbow joints have to be at level or below the top surface of each shoulder joint. He then has to stabilize the bar for the referee to give him the press command. The lifter has to push the bar back up until the complete extension of his elbows. The central referee gives the rack command and the lift is completed.
There are 4 main reasons to have a no lift on that movement. First, if you're not able to fully extend your elbows at the beginning and at the end of the movement. Second, if you don't touch the chest with the bar, or if your elbows don't go at level or below the top of your shoulder joint. Third, if you're not able to maintain all points of contact with the bench, knowing the head, the shoulders, and the butt. Fourth, if the lift isn't completed in a single upward movement.
Hello and welcome back to the 2025 European Open Classic Powerlifting Championships here in Malaga, Spain. I'm Emilia Potter, joined by Laura Oviedo. Hello.
Hello.
We've just come back from a great B group squat session with the 63s and the 69s. Seen some huge squats. 180 squat from Wolf in the 63s and a 192 squat in the 69s. A fantastic session so far. And we head into the bench press now, as you can see the running order on the screen.
Bench press, Barbara Urfanic opening and 50 kilos. Bar is loaded.
Barbara Ursanic from Croatia opening with 50 kilos. Another one of the newer lifters to the sport with only a year of competitive experience.
Yeah, she's relatively new, but she has already competed 6 times. That's a lot.
6 times is a lot, yeah. And that is a good lift, 3 white lights. It says here she's been competing a year. Is that 6 times in 1 year?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That is impressive in itself.
Bar is loaded.
And she has also competed in bench only, so it's her movement.
Merli Anla from Estonia opening with 65 kilos.
Really nice.
3 white lights in the good lift.
3 white lights, a good
5
lift.
kilos going on the bar for Angelika Saro. Followed by Mijatovic and Wolf. Bar is loaded.
Opening attempts, really should be something, particularly on bench, that you can do 3 times over if you need to. Bench being the most technical lift, the most can go wrong. Angelika Szaro now from Poland, 67.5 kilos.
Really smooth.
3 white lights in the good lift.
3 white lights, a good
5
lift.
kilos going on the bar for Tamara Mijatovic. To be followed by Wolf and Fitz. Bar is loaded.
We now have 75 kilos for Tamara Mijatovic from Croatia. Opening on her personal best here.
Tamara usually has some problems with the bench. She normally doesn't get all the lifts good, but let's see this time. I don't know the reason why, but let's see.
Let's hope we don't find out. Oh, I think we might have found out. Very interesting bench style
Yeah,
with a sink there. 3 yellows from each of the referees. Have a look at this here. She really sinks it in to try and get to that elbow depth.
yeah, I think that's the reason, because she has a really big arch.
Yeah, and she would have had to use a lot of leg drive for that, so I imagine there would have been lifting as well. So we'll have to try again on her second. I'm hoping she can get it on the board. 75 kilos remains on the bar for Jana Wolf of Switzerland, who walked away with a 170 squat. Only got 1 squat in, but it still was the biggest of the flight.
Really, really smooth.
3 white lights in the good lift. 77.5 kilos on the bar for Elizabeth Suits.
And is a good lift, 3 white lights.
Bar is loaded.
77.5 kilos for Elizabeth Suits from Estonia. Our penultimate opening attempt here in the 63s.
Again, this is the heaviest she has ever opened, so a good start for her.
Yeah, very, very easy. 3 white lights, a good lift, and reflected her squat opener a lot. You know, very comfortable openers, looking very, very strong.
Bar is loaded.
There must be something in the water in Switzerland. We saw a new bench world record yesterday from Swiss lifter Vladimir Mbassi. Now Katja Eisbacher from Switzerland coming out last in the flight for her opener with 85 kilos. Just 2.5 kilos below her personal best.
Really good.
3 white lights, a good lift. Worth mentioning as well, I don't think anybody, even in the A flight, will be getting near the European or world record. I believe it belongs to Carola Gara of Italy at 143.5, which is just inhuman, really. We head through to the second round. All bar Mijatovic getting a bench on the board, and we found out why, as you said, that she does struggle sometimes getting all her benches in. 55 kilos for Barbara Usanic.
No problem with that.
2 white lights, a good lift, very comfortable.
70 kilos going on the bar for Merili Andla. Followed by Saro and Mijatovic.
I'm curious about how many competitions is she going to do this year. 6 in the just in 2024. So let's see.
Bar is
Yeah, maybe 7, who
loaded.
knows. Merili Andla from Estonia, 70 kilos to match her personal best.
One curious thing about this lifter is that she started competing at 18, but then stopped. There's a gap of many years, and then she fell back in love with powerlifting. It seems like that.
Oh, I think sometimes a break is always needed to support the longevity, and it seems to be working well for Andla. You know, here she is at the European Championships. Perhaps the break did her some good. It's a lovely soft touch.
3 white lights on the BP.
And a good lift. And the reason a soft touch can be really useful for a bencher, particularly a more technical bencher, is you get the press command when the bar is motionless on the chest or when the center referee deems that. And usually the shorter the press, the pause on the chest, the easier the bench will feel. Angelika Szaro from Poland, 72.5 kilos to match her personal best. Five-kilo jump from her opener. Three white lights, a good lift.
75 kilos for Tamara Mijatovic. Both suits be ready.
Let's see how the bench goes
Bar
for
is
Tamara.
loaded.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the side angle on the replay here to see how that leg drive affects her. She's retaking that 75 kilo. I think she got 3 yellows, so I'm assuming it must have been some sort of lift. You can see here, it has a really high arch. A very extreme sink style as well. She needs this to get on the board. And it looks like her glutes stayed down.
Yeah.
There we go.
Guys, in the good news, 80 kilos
For sure,
over
she's
Diana
ready
Wolf
to handle these situations because she faces them
Bar is
very often.
loaded.
Yeah, and we can see here from the side angle an immense amount of leg drive to get that bar back up. And I think she's still going to have to be slightly careful keeping the glutes down, but she managed to get the lift on her second attempt. She's on the board. 80 kilos for Jana Wolf of Switzerland. 5 kilo jump from her opener. Much smoother start to bench than she had to squats. And there's that nice soft touch we were talking about. That's a good lift, 3 white lights.
Is Baher Ulfens, be ready.
A lot of good lifts. The board is all green and it's such a nice thing to see.
Yeah, it's nice. Now that everybody is on the board, they can start to push into their seconds and thirds. Elizabeth Subits from Estonia, 82.5. 5 kilo jump.
Really good. With that, she matches her PB.
Our final second attempt here. Katja is Baher going for 87.5 kilos. Bar is loaded. To be followed by
And another attempt to match the PB.
Yes. Another Swiss lifter here. Katja Eisbacher from Switzerland. 87.5 kilos for her final second attempt, sorry. Before we head into final attempt. 2.5 kilo jump, so opting for the small increments, which isn't unusual to see on the lighter bodyweight women on bench. Particularly on bench, the jumps feel huge. It's a huge percent of their body weight still. Oh, it's a huge grind, and she still manages to push through it. What an
She
amazing
knows
effort.
how to fight.
what a battle if they took it
And
up.
2-1 gets a call for lifting of the butt off the bench. We'll have a look at that in the replay.
60 kilos on the bar for
Phenomenal effort. Benches are so hard to grind through like that, and it looks like she might have kept it down.
Especially with technical benches like hers, because it was really, really technical, not raw strength.
Yeah, and the question now is, you know, I'm not sure she has anything left in her after a grind like that, although technical benches do surprise me very often. 60 kilos for Barbara Ursinic from Croatia. Quite personal best attempt.
She's really happy.
white lights and
Yeah, very easy personal best.
kilos going on the bar for Marilyn Andla. 3 attempts to change your openers. Bar is loaded. Merili Andla at 72.5
Merrily
kilos.
Andler from Estonia, 72.5 kilos for her third and final attempt.
That's a very extreme technique too. Like the feet are very apart from her.
Yeah, going to utilize leg drive, I imagine, with the feet in that position.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, another great grind there from Merrily. And 2 to 1, a good lift.
It's a PB for her, so congratulations.
Gets a yellow from that far side referee. Let's have a look at the replay to see if there was any lifting. Oh, and it looks like there is. The jury have overruled that to a no lift, unfortunately, for Merrily.
Unfortunately, jury has overruled the previous attempt.
Angelica Jaro from Poland, 75 kilos. Getting those red plates on the bar and bench is a big milestone as well.
She has attempted this 2 times prior, and she gets to do it one more time. Wow.
Something in the air today. A great grind. Oh, such a shame. 75, still not quite hers. A yellow for lifting and a blue, I believe, for downwards movement of the bar.
The strength is there, but she just needs to polish a little bit.
That's a shame. I think actually the downwards movement call perhaps wasn't completely fair, but can't be contested because it also got a call of lifting, which I imagine was more fair. Tamara Mijatovic from Croatia, 80 kilos, 5 kilo jump after missing her opener. Just reminding you, she has that big sink technique, so a lot of leg drive going into it.
And this is for a PB.
She's going to want to watch those glutes coming off the bench.
Oh.
Now, and classic with this style is you run out of steam very quickly. You know, that's the normal place we'll see it fail if it's a strength issue.
Bar is loaded, and no more changes to your openers. No more changes to your openers.
Three benches remaining before we head through to the 69 kilo class. 82.5 for Jana Wolf.
A curious fact about Jana is that she has never been out of a podium ever in any competition she has ever competed in.
Wow.
That's crazy.
A lovely looking third attempt.
There's 3 white lights in the blue. 87.5 kilos on the bar for Elizabeth Su of Estonia. Second to last attempt. Bar is loaded.
Our penultimate final attempt in this first flight of ladies. We have Elizabeth Suitz from Estonia, 87.5 kilos. Taking another 5 kilo jump here, but if anyone in the flight I feel confident in taking those bigger jumps, it is Suitz. She's proved herself worthy of them so far, and let's see if her third bench is the same.
Wow.
And that's why.
She's having a really good day.
She does get a blue from the center referee, so we'll watch that replay for downwards movement. And the bar does stop, which it's allowed to do. It goes up one side at a time, also allowed to do, but it did not dip, so she'll be safe with that. Katja Eisbacher now the final lifter in the 63 B flight. 90 kilos, 87.5 was really quite a grind, and so it would be the fight of her life, I imagine, to get this PB if she does.
We have seen some huge fights in this last movement, so I'm confident.
Yeah, the 87.5 was just an absolute limit lift, and I would have been very surprised if 90 kilos was there as well. Like I said, I never count a technical bencher completely out, but it would have been a very small percentage. And And that concludes the 63 kilo ladies. Suit's leading just ahead of Eisbacher and Wolf. Subject to change as we have the A group later this afternoon at 3 p.m. local time. We now head straight into the 69 kilo B group for their bench press session with openers ranging from 60 kilos to 105 kilos, and of course the European and world record and junior record belongs to Agata Shitko of 154, and similar to 63s, pretty inhuman, you know, no one I think is going to get near that anytime soon. Katya Kurtslava from Georgia, 60 kilos. A good lift, 3 white lights. Nice conservative opener for her, 15 kilos below her best.
Maybe we can expect some bigger jumps on her.
Carla Bedejevac from Croatia, 60 kilos. She's been very explosive all day, hitting personal bests in all discipline. It looks like it will be based on her openers. This is just 7.5 kilos below her best.
Really easy.
Yeah, 3 white lights, a good lift, and like I said, I'd be surprised if I didn't see PBs in bench, deadlift and total as well.
That's one of the best things when you're a newbie in a sport, that the improvements are huge.
You now have Luisa Vargas from Portugal, very smiley and well-supported lifter, huge support in the crowd today. Has a personal best of 70 kilos, opening just 2.5 kilos below that. I believe was dealing with a shoulder issue for a while, so back benching pain-free is such a huge milestone. I know it can really plague a lot of lifters. Another sinking technique from this lifter. A good lift, 3 white lights, and looks pretty comfortable for her.
I'm curious about her previous technique before the new depth on elbows rule that came out. Because some of the lifters, especially the females, have had to adapt their techniques to hit depth there.
Yeah, and it's great to see the different ways that they have, because it seems like almost everyone has been able to adapt in one way or another. 80 kilos for Miriam Gurkovic from Israel. And 3 white lights, a good lift, a nice comfortable opener there.
To be followed by Halabi and Materek. Bar is loaded.
Chiara Lurashi from Switzerland, 85 kilos. Wow, very, very quick. Had a bit of a rocky start to squats, just skipping the command, and managed to do a lot better with her bench open. It was very, very easy.
Followed by Materek and Weert. Bar is loaded.
Lisa Halabi, 87.5 kilos for Israel. It's personal best of 101 kilos, which I imagine to be an Israeli national record.
Mm-hmm. She has hold it several times during the year she's been competing since 2017. And you can tell she's a bencher.
Yeah. actually looking as well a very well-rounded athlete, but a phenomenal bench, like you said, to be over that 100 kilo milestone. See if she gets there today. Let's see how quick her opener is.
Wow.
Yeah, very smooth. And a good lift, 3 white lights. I said quick, and I think that's wrong. I think easy, because not all easy lifts are quick, and not all
That's
quick
right.
lifts are easy.
Bar is loaded.
It's a very nice bench, though. 87.5 kilos for Poland, Sabina Matarek. Walked away with the biggest squat in this flight with 192.5 kilos, opening just 2.5 kilos below her personal best. So I think made a lot of progress all round.
Three white lights and a good lift.
She's having a really good day today.
5 kilos going on the bar for Melanie Dietz. Bar is loaded. To be followed by Malmgaard and Vega.
92.5 kilos for Melanie Wirtz from Germany.
And it's already a PB, right?
Yeah, by 2.5 kilos. So, you know, similar story to her squats. Ended with that 185, and seems like she's made an incredible amount of progress. If it's anything like her squats, I imagine this to be quite comfortable.
Wow.
It's a 2-1.
And 2-1, a good lift. I'm wondering if the side referee just wondered if she skipped the command. I think she did well to meet it, which is a risky game anyway, but it worked out for her this time round.
He will be followed by Vega and Otterson.
Yeah, it was for the command, but the center referee is happy, which means the jury won't touch that. Nana Malmgaard from Denmark now, 92.5 kilos. With 2 lifters to follow. Not unusual to see 2 Scandinavian lifters up there with the heaviest benches. She's just been told to re-rack there.
To replace the bar, she has 15 seconds remaining.
Still has 12 seconds, just needs to get that start command, but needs to set up again. And the clock times down. And she's been asked to re-rack it again. Referee just not happy with her start position there.
Is it the elbows or?
I'll have a look. Yeah, I think her feet were touching. So similar to not being able to, not having your butt down or your head down, your feet have to be flat on the floor and they cannot be touching because it's deemed helpful that they're supporting each other. So she's going to have to change that setup, and that's going to be hard to do on the platform. Here now have Rosalia Vega Lestegas from Spain, 102.5 kilos. It seems like she's opening on her personal best.
She has been doing super well on training, and she has lifted, I believe, 110. So
yeah, it's a lovely opener.
don't let the speed fool you, because she's really, really slow, but she always gets it.
Yeah, that's definitely why I corrected myself earlier, because I know there are lifters just like Rosalia where she can just keep putting weight on and the bar speed might not change. Our heaviest opener now, Swedish lifter Ellen Ackerson with 105 kilos. Like I said, not strange to see a Swedish lifter last out for bench. And there's a good lift, 3 white lights.
We are moving into round 2 with Katia Kurzilara going for 65 kilos to be followed by Bilichana and Vargas.
That concludes our opening attempts. Malmgard managing to get a bench on the board. Having a tough competition so far, but Ackerson leading,
Bar is
Vega
loaded.
Lestergas just behind, and Verts in bronze, obviously with the A group this afternoon at 3 p.m. Georgia's Katya Kurtsilava now jumping to 65 kilos.
A 2 to 1.
2 to 1, a good lift.
Yellow light, I believe it's the glutes of the bench.
65 kilos.
I would imagine so. If we get that view on the replay,
Bar is loaded.
it looks like contact remains. It's hard when they have such a hard pelvic tilt there, where they have little contact to begin with. Karla Bilicevac from Croatia, 65 kilos. Just getting a hand out there from the spotter. A little tougher, but looked good for a second attempt, and it is 3 white lights. Slowed down a little bit in that middle portion, which gives us an indication of where that sticking point might come in.
Bar is loaded.
72.5 kilos for Luisa Vargas of Portugal. This will be a 2.5 kilo PB on her second, so a great place to be. Opener moved pretty smoothly.
Yeah, and even more if she comes from a place of an injury, right? Wow.
A little bit of struggle in the middle there, but she got it back really nicely, and it is 2 to 1, a good lift for Luisa. Just gets a blue from the far side referee, who I can't see what they're referencing. I think perhaps it would have been for downwards movement, but I think she should be okay. The jury are discussing it.
Also for referees, it's hard to see in the bench because you need to pay attention to a lot of things.
Yeah, and luckily there, I think 2 of the jurors were tempted to overturn it, but 1 was happy to keep it, so it will remain a good lift. And I don't think the bar did dip, I think it was just a bit angled. Miriam Gurkovic now from Israel, 87.5 kilos.
Really smooth.
White light from the Ghibli. 90 kilos going on the bar for Chiara Lurashi, followed by Materek and Malmgard. Bar is loaded.
Chiara Luraski from Switzerland, 90 kilos on the bar, 5 kilo jump.
I'm really looking forward to see her deadlift. She's a massive deadlifter.
Yeah, 200 kilo opener is no joke. Opening. Oh, there's a lot more work, but manages to push through it, and it matches her personal best. It's a good lift. I'd imagine the smart decision here is to optimize that 2.5 kilo jump. What would you do here, Laura?
I don't know, because it's a lot of range of movement, you know. She has really long arms and she has to put to push through a really long range of movement.
92.5 kilos for Sabina Matrek from Poland, a 5 kilo jump. Looking for a personal best here on her second. Again, great position to be in. Yeah, it seemed like just didn't have the gas off of the chest. Have a look at that again in the replay.
Nana Malmgarden. Bar is loaded. Come on.
Initially, it looks like a strength issue. I'm sure she'll come out and reattempt that on her third. Now, Nana Malmgaard from Denmark, retaking 92.5. What she got called on before was her feet were touching. So we keep an eye on her feet. That's why she kept getting told to re-rack. Referee's just not happy with that position. Her feet cannot be touching, so she has to adjust that. And I hope she has, and I hope she can and still get the lift. Already had a tricky start to squats. No, they're still not happy with it. Oh. No, there we go.
Oh,
And it is hard to adjust your position on the day, especially when it's so much to do with your leg drive.
yeah, and when you didn't have like the best start of the competition, it's a hard day for her today.
Yeah, and I really hope that she can put it all together on that third attempt. Lisa Halaby from Israel, 95 kilos, a 7.5 kilo jump. Pretty sizable jump on bench press.
Yeah, it's not common to see those kinds of jumps, especially in lighter categories in women.
Based on her opener though, it seems justified. I hope it works out that way as well.
Wow.
Yeah, and it seems to be the case. It is a good lift, and she is a 100 kilo plus bencher, and you can tell.
Followed by Vega and Åkesson. Bar is loaded.
Perhaps looking to either jump an equal 7.5 and take another Israeli record home with her, or to hit just below it at 100. Melanie Wirtz now taking a 2.5 kilo jump to 95. To be a personal best, optimizing that small incremental jump you can make.
Wow.
A lot of power there.
And I think it's a great selection of attempts because she has room to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's better to walk off confident after your second, feeling like that went well going into your third, rather than having the grind of your life and feeling like you're going out to fail. We now have Rosalia Vega Lestegas of Spain with 105 kilos. 2.5 kilo jump from her opener. Does very well to meet the command. 3 white lights, a good lift. It is a huge skill to be able to meet the command and not beat it. You know, going as soon as the referee has said it. Very, very strong.
Bar is loaded.
And the last of the second attempt.
Ellen Ackerson from Sweden taking a 5 kilo jump to 110.
And talking about hybrid athletes, she has done them all. Calisthenics, arm wrestling, everything.
Wow. Arm wrestling is a very interesting one. Maybe lends towards her benching here.
Ouch.
Not quite there. I think perhaps the opener a little tougher than she would have liked it to be. She can come out again for that on her third, and she's a very technical bencher, so the type of bencher that can really turn around and change it, but if that's a strength issue, then
And a 5 kilo jump is still a 5 kilo jump, right? On bench.
absolutely. Absolutely. 5 kilos is still a very sizable jump, just below that 10% body weight for these 69s. Now into the third and final round of bench press, we have Katja Kurtsalava from Georgia, 67.5 kilos. Two to one, a good lift. Just a yellow from that far side referee, which I imagine would be for lifting of sorts. Yeah, looks like there was a slight lift there. Yeah, unfortunately it's been overruled by the jury.
Jury has overruled the previous lift, unfortunately.
Carla Balajivac from Croatia. 70 kilos on the bar. A 2.5 kilo personal best. A 5 kilo equal jump. Perhaps we'll see a bit of a grind out of Carla here. Or not.
I've seen her more control her here than in the previous lift.
Yeah, and it takes a very switched on athlete to be able to go, you know what, I think I can do this better on my next attempt and utilize that rather than getting stressed out about what you've done wrong.
Yeah, because in the second attempt she depended too much, I think, on how the bar came off the chest. But now it was more controlled.
Luisa Vargas from Portugal, 75 kilos, already hit a PB on her second. Now to try and get those illustrious red plates, a big milestone on bench. Oh, that's so much better than her second as well. 3 white lights, a good lift, and she gets another personal best.
2 kilos on the bar for Miriam Jevsekovic, to be followed by Materek and Durashi. Bar is loaded.
Excellent job there. Miriam Gurkovic from Israel, 90 kilos, a 2.5 kilo jump from her second. Still 5 kilos below her personal best, but important to take what you have on the day. You can't PB every competition. It's not there necessarily for. Very easy on rack.
Wow.
Keeps really good position there and is rewarded. 3 white lights, a good lift.
She's competing really, really good today.
Bar is loaded for Sabina Materek at 92.5 kilos, to be followed by Durashi and Malga.
And now Sabina that is going to repeat the second.
Yeah, having another shot at this. Like you said, didn't get it on her second, reattempting that 92.5 for a personal best. It's a bit of an ask, but I've seen stranger things happen.
Wow.
Now, unfortunately, just stuck.
A bit too much for today.
Yeah. And it happens. It is very different competing on a platform, let alone an international platform, than at home or in the gym or at your nationals. Chiara Lurachi from Switzerland, 92.5 kilos.
attempting for a PB2.
A great effort, but just too much.
Unfortunately, a no lift, and now for a very, very important attempt. Nana Malgard, she needs to get this to stay in the game. The bar
Now we
is
have a very
loaded.
important attempt coming up. We have Denmark's Nana Malmgaard, 92.5 kilos. Now, she didn't get the start command on her opener. Her feet were touching. She'd get the second time round on her second attempt, but didn't manage to press the weight. I think the change in position really hurt her, and she needs this to be able to post a total.
This is a position you never want to be in.
No, nor do you want an athlete to be in. You never want to watch an athlete almost be disqualified. There we go. So much better.
Wow.
And she is
Right
on
line.
the board.
What a relief.
And I certainly hope deadlift is a little less dramatic for her.
Yeah, she deserves an end of a competition that she can enjoy.
And now everybody is on the board. We can sigh a breath of relief.
Bar is loaded.
We have Melanie Wirtz from Germany, 97.5 kilos. A 2.5 kilo jump for another personal best. She is just so strong.
This is what consistency looks like. Her first bench in her first competition was 65 and now 30 kilos more.
Wow.
That's progress.
Yeah, that's a good amount of progress. Just 3 benches remaining now, all 100 kilos and up. Lisa Halaby from Israel, 100 kilos, just 1 kilo below her personal best and Israeli national record. She is looking very, very strong. Wow. And I think that was the perfect number. Not another kilo, not a feather could have been on that bar.
Amazing.
Phenomenal effort there. Very well earned.
Bar is loaded.
Rosalia Vega Lestegas now 107.5 kilos. In competition, this will be a personal best. I know that you mentioned she's done a little bit more in training, but as we said, training and competition are 2 very different things. But she is looking strong today.
And you know, as we said earlier, there are competitions inside the competition, and I believe she's pushing for big things in terms of national records. Oh,
Yeah, not that, unfortunately. It seemed like she might have pressed a little bit higher than usual.
Noon session now. Ellen Åkesson reattempting 110 kilos. Bar is loaded. Come on, Ellen.
Now, our final bench presser, we have Ellen Ackerson from Sweden, retaking 110 kilos. Like I said, it looked like a strength issue, but she is a very technical bencher and the type that usually does prove me wrong. But off first appearances, it did seem like a strength issue.
Wow.
And look at that, she is really grinding through. Can she finish it? It looks like she might. Wow. And I told you, don't count out a technical bencher. 3 white lights, a good lift.
I'm never going to say again that technical benches cannot grind. Never.
And I think she just proved everybody wrong there. Like I said, on her second, it looks like strength, but technical benches prove me wrong all the time. And I'm glad they do. Heading out of the 69B is Axon with that huge grind in the lead with 110, followed by Vega Lestergas and Halaby. Subject to change as we have the A group later on today. Going to head into a 10-minute break now before deadlifts. We'll see you there.
You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word, You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right. You know I don't play. 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 You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. You know I don't play. You know I don't play. You know I don't play. I'll put up a good fight. It's gonna get. It's personal. Better watch, it's gonna get. It's personal. Better watch your back. It's gonna get. It's gonna get personal.
The deadlift is the last movement of the powerlifting competition. On that movement, the lifter's whole body is used and put to the test. The athlete approaches the bar once the central referee calls bar loaded. He then has 1 minute to start the lift. In the conventional or sumo position, the athlete has to pull the barbell until his shoulders, hips, and knees are fully locked. Once that position is assumed by the lifter, the central referee will give the down command. The bar has to be lowered to the ground without the lifter being allowed to drop it until it touches the floor, which completes the lift. At the end of deadlift, the powerlifting total is made, which determines the winner and final placings. There are 4 main mistakes to avoid. First, not locking your shoulders, hips, or knees at the end of the movement. Second, not completing the lift with a single upward bar movement. Third, completing the lift hitching at the legs in order to allow you to do so. Fourth, dropping the bar after the central referee down command.
Welcome back to the 2025 European Open Classic Powerlifting Championships here in sunny Malaga, Spain. We have the 63 kilo and 69 kilo B groups for you this afternoon. I am Amelia Potter, joined by Laura Oviedo.
I'm really excited to see how the deadlifts goes, because we have seen such big fights in the previous movements.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we're a place in the sport that, you know, it says B group, but that's only because there are so many lifters. Like, it's still such a high standard of lifting. As you can see here, the heaviest opener at 180 kilos as a 63 kilo lifter. First out, we will have Tamara Mijatovic from Croatia with 132.5 kilos. Looked comfortable, a good lift. 3 white lights, and important to note that now everybody has secured a squat and a bench. Once they successfully, hopefully they successfully secure a deadlift, they secure their total, and not until then they manage to do so. Total, of course, being the addition of the best squat, bench and deadlift achieved on the day. 135 kilos for Barbara Ursinic of Croatia.
Really good.
3 white lights and the good lead.
3 white lights.
155 kilos on the bar for Merili.
And now that she has a total on the board, as you said, we can see that she has made such a great progress over time, and she has done several competitions, but in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, so like you said, still incredibly new and growing, and probably doesn't know her own limit of her strength. 155 kilos for Merili Andler of Estonia. Merili only, like you said, a couple years back into competition after a bit of a hiatus.
Really strong.
3 white lights
And 3 white lights, a good lift.
Sarah going for 160 kilos next. Bar is loaded.
Angelica Szaro from Poland, 160 kilos for her opening attempt.
A really wide stance on the sumo deadlift.
Yeah, really maxing it out actually there. And 2-1, a good lift. Right side referee giving a blue there. We'll have a look again in the replay. This is the side that gets the white. Blue usually for assisting with the thighs or downwards movement. Imagine for that slight wobble at the top, but I think the bar remained. Elizabeth Switz from Estonia, 165 kilos. A lovely opener there, as expected from Suetz.
She's having an amazing day.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the total that she puts up today. Already, with that opener, sends herself into the 400 range with 407.5. Jana Wolf now opening with 170 kilos. Same as her squat opener, actually. Very controlled, slow and steady deadlift.
Yeah, really clean, the lockout, really, really clean.
Yeah, because you do often see with sumo pullers, when they are a bit snappier, they are at risk of that balance loss at the top, a bit of a wobble.
Bar is loaded.
Katja Eisbacher from Switzerland, 180 kilos, the heaviest opener of the flight before we move through to the second round of deadlifts. Seems like she's just shifted her opener from what it was before. And with this opening attempt, she would already be on a 420 total.
Really clean.
Yeah, 3 white lights, a good lift.
This is a very short group. I don't know if the lack of rest maybe are affecting the lifters.
Yeah, they probably have maybe 4 or so minutes really in between their lifts, because not all lifters, most for deadlifts don't, use that whole minute up. Everybody's secured a total, which is fantastic now, but you're absolutely right. This is probably a lot quicker for a lot of lifters than they're used to in training. It will definitely benefit those who do take shorter rests.
Bar is loaded.
Which is not common in powerlifting.
Barbara Ursanic from Croatia, 142.5 kilos. Already, this would be a personal best on her second attempt on deadlift by 2.5 kilos and on total by 7.5 kilos. Three white lights.
And with that, she secures a 50 kilo PB on her total in just 6 months.
That
It's
is
crazy.
incredible. Kind of progress people dream of. Tamara Mijatovic from Croatia, 142.5 kilos, a 2.5 kilo personal best. This is a 10 kilo jump from her opener.
Oh,
Seemed to just tip forwards there, lose a bit of balance. Maybe 10 kilos was a bit overzealous for a jump. 7.5 kilos to pace yourself might have been better, but she does have quite a wide stance sumo, feet out, so balance can be an issue.
Bar is loaded.
162.5 kilos for Merrily Andler from Estonia. Three white lights and a good lift for Merrily.
you could see the sticking point, but she pushed through and she got it.
Bar is loaded.
170 kilos for Angelika Szaro from Poland. Taking a 10 kilo jump from her opener.
You can expect with that kind of wide stance sumo deadlifts that the very first moments of the lift is very slow, but then it speeds up. You just need to be patient.
Yeah, really rewarded for patience, particularly on sumo. Conventional, usually a little quicker off the ground and harder towards lockout. Elizabeth Suitz from Estonia here, 175 kilos. Be a 2 kilo personal best, so already looking at a PB, and I imagine to be taking home an Estonian national record. It'll also be a 10 kilo personal best on total. And with ease, it seems.
And there's more in the tank for her.
180 kilos on the bar for Jana Wolf. The bar is loaded.
Jana Wolf from Switzerland, 180 kilos. 10 kilo jump from her opener. Three white lights, a good lift.
190 kilos on the bar for Katja Israel.
And it's a B flight, but we are seeing some serious weights here.
Yeah, absolutely. And just on second attempts here, you can see we're seeing a 190 deadlift attempt from Katja Eisbacher of Switzerland.
Bar is loaded.
And here she comes out for that second attempt to match her personal best.
Come on.
Oh,
Yeah, she tried to pull through it, but I believe she would have been getting some blues there should she have pulled through, which is a shame. Manages to get it off the floor quite quickly and struggles towards lockout, which perhaps is something that she can fix up as a sumo puller. We'll have to wait and see as we head into the third attempts now. Both Swiss lifters sitting with 180 as it stands. Of course, medal order subject to change as we have the A group at 3 p.m. local time today. Tamara Mijatovic from Croatia, 142.5 kilos, re-attempting this after missing out on her second for a 5 kilo personal best on total. A 2 kilo personal best on deadlift, should she get this. Certainly a lot better than the first time round.
it looks good to me. 3 white lights.
Manages to take away that deadlift and total personal best for herself. Shows great resilience coming out and getting that.
Yeah, it's been a tough competition for her.
Barbara Ursinic from Croatia, coming out for 150 kilos.
Bar is loaded.
This could be a 7.5 kilo further personal best on deadlift and on total. So she keeps pushing that up. Didn't quite seem happy with something there in the positioning of the bar, but cheered on by her coach. 25 seconds left to get that down command. Wow, great effort, but not there, unfortunately.
I think the problem was the bar was tilted or something like that.
5 kilos on the bar.
but definitely not there today. She should be happy anyway.
Yeah, and the athletes are more than able to move the bar around the platform if they so desire, or ask the platform crew to help them do so. Merrily Andler from Estonia, 167.5 kilos. 5 kilo jump from her second. Great. Deadlift and total PB.
Wow. Wow.
Very surprising final pull there from Andler, and unfortunately a no lift, insufficient lockout from the far side referee, and center referee believe they saw downwards movement. Yeah, and it looked like the bar just dipped in the middle there.
How beautiful the bar is with the 3 red plates, right?
Yeah, similarly to bench with the single red plate, 3 red plates on the bar for deadlift. Another big milestone that Angelika Sharo from Poland is looking to tick off today of her powerlifting bingo.
Lifting for a 2.5 kilo PB. Wow.
A lovely third attempt from Sharo.
And 3 white lights.
185 on the bar for Elizabeth Schutz, followed by Wolf and Isbach.
Our PB girl today.
Yes, indeed. She's had a great day out and would have added so much to her total today. And like we thought she would have done on squat, bench, deadlift and total, surpassed her previous personal best. 185 kilos, another 10 kilo jump to end the day strong on a 427.5 total.
Wow.
An incredibly strong end to the day for Elizabeth and a good lift.
What a great job she has done today. I'm really happy for her.
Yeah, she should be very, very proud of herself. Just 2 deadlifts remaining in this first flight before we head through to the 69 kilo group following, both from Swiss lifters, first of which we have Jana Wolf with 187.5 kilos. This will give her a 2.5 kilo total PB, landing her on 440, and 2.5 kilo deadlift PB. Great patience as she breaks the ground. And it looks like she manages to lock it out. 3 white lights, a good lift.
She's so happy. She should be.
Yeah, phenomenal effort. A perfect example of the patience being rewarded. We had an attempt change from Eisbacher. I think perhaps wanting her teammate to pull first and see what she did, looking to retake the 190, which seems like the smart decision. You know, it looked difficult.
190 kilos will be on the bar once again for Katja Isbacher.
This is matching her personal best currently.
Bar is loaded.
Already looks better. Can she finish the job?
Work for it, come on.
Wow.
Yeah, she did. Patience again. 2-1.
Incredible. Got called for lockout from the center referee, but the side's happy with it. What a phenomenal effort to keep pulling through that.
Straight into women's 69 kilo category, B group.
And that concludes the 63 kilo B group. Eisbacher leading the deadlifts currently with 190, subject to change. So we have the A group later today. We immediately now head into the 69 B group, where we'll see them trying to secure as big a total as possible. Carla there seemed to be very cool, calm and collected as she comes onto the platform for her opening attempt, which is her current PB of 145.
To be followed by Vargas and Kuntula.
Already with her opener would give her a 12.5 kilo total PB.
And I'm sure it won't be the last PB.
No, absolutely not.
Wow.
Yeah, lovely opener there from the Croatian lifter. 3 white lights, a good lift.
162.5 on the bar for Luisa Vargas. To be followed by Kuntilava and Halabi.
We now have Luisa Vargas from Portugal, opening on 162.5 kilos. Has a personal best of 177.5.
Loaded.
Here she comes, coming out smiling as we are to expect.
Yeah, really confident. Wow.
Yeah, that is a lightning fast. 3 white lights, a good lift.
I think we can see that this was quick, but this was easy too.
Yeah, exactly. A great example of that. You can see that here, even in the replay. Looks lightning fast. Really efficient deadlift.
Followed by Halabi and Gertiko.
Katja Kurtsilava from Georgia, 162.5 kilos. So we'll give her a 2.5 kilo total PB, even after 10 years of competing on her opener. Is quite something. Oh.
Something strange happened, right?
Yeah, let's watch that again. She looked confused as well. She didn't fight for the lockout.
A disbalance, maybe?
Yeah, just fell onto her tiptoes there.
But yeah, she looked confused.
So something she can hopefully fix up for her second attempt, as it should be a weight that's quite comfortable for her. Lisa Halabi from Israel having a phenomenal day so far, opening on 165. Has a PB of 185.5. Yeah, another great opener, 3 white lights.
Bar is loaded.
And now her teammate.
Yes, it looks like she's upped her opener, I think, to 170 kilos. Miriam Gurkovic from Israel with a personal best of 192.5. very, very comfortable opener.
That is 3 white lights, a good lift. 177.5 kilos on the bar for Sabina Makerek, followed by Malgar and Åkesson. Bar is loaded.
Spina Matrek from Poland out next. Personal best of 182.5, opening on 177.5 kilos.
Wow. Let's see the final.
Yeah,
It seemed to me that there was something.
just a bit of a speed wobble at the top there, a bit of balance issues. As like we said before, you often get with sumo. You can see she locks it out and then slightly tips forwards. And she knows as soon as she puts it down.
Sometimes the way of solving the situation is adding more weight.
Yeah, especially if it is a speed wobble. Nana Malmgaard from Denmark, not having the best competition so far. Opening 180 kilos. They did change her opener, though I'm unsure of whether it was down or up. Wanting to secure the total before pushing upwards. And that is a much smoother start to
Yeah.
the lift.
Now she can enjoy, I think. She can relax and enjoy the rest of the competition.
For Ellen Åkesson, followed by Vega and Luraski. Bar is loaded.
Ellen Ackerson from Sweden, 195 kilos for her opening attempt. Comfortable looking opener there for Ellen.
Really powerful.
195 stays on the bar for Rosalia Vega Lestegas. Bar is loaded.
Rosalia Vega Lestegas from Spain, 195 kilos.
I really love how Rosalia approaches the lifting, not only competing, also training. Her mindset is amazing.
This would give Rosalia a match personal best in total with her opener should she make this.
Wow.
A quick deadlift and even smiling from the start. 3 white lights, a good lift, and we love to see that kind of confidence.
For Chiara Luraski. Followed by Wirtz, and then go into second round. Bar is loaded. 200 kilos.
Our penultimate opening attempt, we have Chiara Luraski from Switzerland, 200 kilos. Two to one, a good lift. Just called for insufficient lockout from that far side referee, but it's very easy. Let's have a look at this replay, Laura.
Of the big 69, 212.5 kilos for Melanie Wirtz.
I can see why the red light is.
It's a very upright lockout, but the jury seem happy with it. Our final opening attempt belongs to Germany's Melanie Wirtz with 212.5 kilos, opening 0.5 kilos below her personal best. So I'm excited to see this. She also has a total BB of 478. This opening deadlift will give her a 495 total.
She's having the greatest competition. She is full confident, I believe.
If that isn't progress, I don't know what is. And I think it will place her very well overall, not just within the B group, but perhaps proving a point that maybe next year she should be in the A group.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That is incredible. 3 white lights, a good lift, and I cannot wait to see what she loads up.
Carla Belisaras going for 155 kilos, to be followed by Quintilana and Vargas.
Huge. Phenomenal effort. And that concludes our openers. All bar 2 lifters managing to secure their total. Matarek of Poland and Kurt Salavi of Georgia.
Bar is loaded.
But they have another shot now as we head into our second attempts. First out we have Karla Balicevac of Croatia, 155 kilos, a 10 kilo jump.
And a 10 kilo PB attempt too. Wow. So energetic, the lockout and everything.
Lights and a good lead.
Yeah, I can't wait to see where she is, where she gets even near her full potential.
Bar is loaded.
Now, for one of the 2 lifters that haven't got their openers in, haven't secured that total, Katia Kurtsalava from Georgia, 162.5, just fell onto her tiptoes on her opener. Hopefully can keep balance this time round.
Yeah, seems like no problem there. 3 white lights.
And secures her total, can breathe a sigh of relief.
Going on the bar for Luisa Vargas. This will be followed by Alawi and Matere.
I cannot stop reflecting on how much progress has Luisa made through the years. Her first competition, she handled 100 kilo deadlift.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is quite a different considering she's coming out for 72.5 kilos more than that for her second attempt. 172.5 now for Luisa, representing Portugal. This will also land her just 2.5 kilos below her best ever total, 387.5, and 5 kilos below her deadlift PB. On good form today, it seems. Still moving very nicely there for Louisa, and it is a good lift. 3 white lights.
177.5 on the bar for Lisa Halabi.
I love to see how lifters enjoy while they are competing, because sometimes it gets hard, but Luisa is having so much fun.
Yeah, a joy to watch. Lisa Halabi from Israel, 177.5 kilos, leaving her just 3 kilos below her total PB. So perhaps looking to get that Israeli total record on her third.
Wow.
And she just bullies through that.
And
3 white lights.
And a good lift. 177.5 stays on the bar for Sabina Matere. Followed by Gertikins and Manga.
Now Sabina, she's the only one who is not in the board yet.
Yeah, so a really important one here. Sabina Matarek, as you aforementioned, didn't get that opening attempt in. Comes back out for the 177.5 now, which is 100% the smart thing to do, particularly on deadlifts when you're looking to secure that total and you're not chasing somebody else. If she gets this already, it's a total PB, so that's something to focus on. That looks a lot better this time round.
3 white lights, a good lift. 182.5 kilos on the bar for Miljan Gercekovic. To be followed by Mangard and Åkesson.
182.5 kilos from Miriam Gerkovic of Israel, a 12.5 kilo jump.
It's a big jump, but she's getting into PB territory, at least for the total. So
Even the strongest steel cannot
Just
withstand
changing out the
stress
collars
of
there,
powerlifting competition.
making sure they're all the highest spec possible. They've had a lot of use over the last few days. Bar is loaded for Miriam now. Like you said, getting very close to that total PB. Great resilience there.
3 white lights.
190 kilos on the bar for Nana Mangard. To be followed by Åkesson and Vega.
$190 kilos for Nana Malmgaard from Denmark.
I believe she has a number on her mind that is 200. She has lifted it in the gym, but not in competition yet. But she has been looking forward to it in 2 or 3 competitions, I believe.
Yeah, and I think after the day that she's had, looking to end on that high would be a great idea. It would be a great thing to achieve, especially at this level of competition. And it's looking strong.
3 white lights. I hope she gets the end of competition she deserves.
I hope so too. And I saw a little cheeky smile from her there, which I think means she's asking her coach to load up that 200.
I'm curious.
Yeah, as am I. I hope they do. Ellen Ackerson, 205 kilos, a 10 kilo jump from her opener. We are now above that 200 kilo mark for the next 4 lifters on their second attempts.
Come on, work for it. Come on, come on, come on. Look it up.
It's a great effort, but yeah, just not there. And I think she says that's her
Yeah,
done for today.
I think she's not going to repeat.
207.5 on the bar for Rosalia Vega.
Which in this group can be a good thing because there's 11 lifters. It's a long group.
Yeah, that definitely depends on whether they choose to X out the final attempt or let it run through.
Bar is loaded.
Rosalia Vega, less the gas now. 207.5 kilos for her second attempt. Already this would be a 2.5 kilo personal best on deadlift and a 12.5 kilo personal best on total. Getting very near that 500 kilo total if she gets this. And I could see another 10 kilos being justified if she wants that.
That's how she does it. And she's really happy with it and feeling very confident, I feel.
Bar is loaded.
Our penultimate second attempt. We have Chiara coming out for 207.5 kilos. This will be a 1.5 kilo personal best, and I imagine Swiss deadlift record. It'll also be a 1.5 kilo over her total PB record, which I imagine was also a Swiss record.
Oh no. There's definitely descent.
No lift, unfortunately. 225 kilos.
She can try again on the third attempt.
Yeah, it's definitely not a strength issue. Like we said, just a balance thing. She managed to get it back up after that, which shows she definitely has the strength for it.
And sometimes it's even more difficult to get back the bar on the track because when you have the momentum.
Yeah, you lose that tension as well. Our final second attempt now, a huge 225 kilos, and I think she is definitely got a shot of getting a deadlift medal overall, even without seeing what the A group are doing. She's putting herself in a great position to do so with 225 as a second attempt. This would also give her a 507.5 kilo total. Huge deadlift and total PB, should she make this. 12.5 kilo jump certainly seems justified based on her opener.
Wow.
And it's a good lift, 3 white lights.
I'm amazed with Melanie today.
We are moving into our third round, 165 on the bar for Carla.
And perhaps a 5 kilo jump there to get that 230 and a 512 total. And that concludes the second round. Before we head into the third round, we can see some huge pulls there. We have Luatki from Switzerland in 200. We have Vega Lestergas with 207.5, and one that's definitely going to be a contention for a deadlift medal. Overall, we have Wirtz from Germany with 225 kilos, and I've just seen they have put that 230 in. Head now into the third and final round of deadlifts. Carla Balicevac from Croatia, 165 kilos, another 10 kilo jump.
And she gets this, she's going to be hitting a 20 kilo PB on deadlifts.
Wow.
Wow.
And the first time I think we've seen her work today. It is a good lift.
Wow. Incredible competition for her.
170 kilos going on the bar for Katia Klitsinava. To be followed by Vargas and Halabi.
Katia Kurtsilava now from Georgia, 170 kilos, 7.5 kilo jump from her second. Just lost balance in her opener. I think this is probably a sensible jump, not to push it too much more than this, but I think it might be hard. She's got plenty of experience under her belt. Looking for a PB today.
Come on, come on.
And she locks it out.
And there is 3 white lights. A good lift, 150 kilos.
3 white lights and a good lift.
Vargas, to be followed by Halabi and Matarek.
And Luisa looking for a PB today.
Yeah, we have Luisa Vargas of Portugal coming out now. Personal best of 177.5 on deadlift and 387.5 on total. Should she pull this, she's making a 7.5 kilo jump from her second. She will get a personal best on both deadlift and on total, landing her with a 392.5 total, getting so close to that 400 kilo mark. Had a great day so far.
Oh,
Unfortunately, not quite there, but a great effort.
it'll be there soon.
Absolutely, and you know, she got really close to that 145 squat as well, just got called on depth. So I think she'll have a huge total PB very shortly. Lisa Halabi from Israel, 182.5 kilos, 5 kilo jump, just shy of her personal best on deadlift, but we'll give her a 2 kilo PB on total.
Wow.
Yeah, she's been such a reliable lifter today.
There is 3 white lights, a good lift.
3 white lights, a good lift. And I think the first big celebration we've seen from her.
Yeah, she has been very, I don't know, low profile until now. But she's
Yeah.
celebrating all the way.
She said, okay, the job is finally done. I can celebrate. Sabina Matarek from Poland, another lifter who didn't get their opener and managed to come back and get it on her second, making a bigger jump here to 190. Let's see how this works out. It'll be a 7.5 kilo personal best on deadlift. And a huge total PB of 470.
Maybe this was her initial plan for the second attempt, but oh,
Yeah, unfortunately not quite there. Perhaps it was the planned second, or maybe even it was the somewhere in between the planned second and planned third. Either way, she took what she had in the day and still came out with a big total. Six deadlifts remaining in this 69 kilo B group. Miriam Gurkovic from Israel, 190 kilos.
Bar is
5
loaded.
kilo total PB should she make this. She's been able to grind through some really difficult lifts today. Does she have gas left in the tank? Wow, she does get it moving. That is incredible. True
what
grip.
a fight! And 3 white lights.
Lights, a good lift. 200 kilos on the bar
Wow.
for Nana.
You know, she's one of the lifters today that I was confident if they had to grind that she'd be able to do so.
To be followed by Åkesson.
The 2 teammates have been 2 grinders today.
Now, we suspected Nana might be going for that 200 kilo milestone. Her personal best is 197.5, which is just so frustratingly close to that 200 milestone. So looking for it today to end the day on an immense high. 200 kilos for Denmark's Nana Malmgaard.
She has faced this situation before, but I'm sure this time she will get it. Come on, Nana. Oh.
No, it's not there today, unfortunately. She continues to chase that 200 kilos.
5 kilos going on the bar once
It's
But
been a,
that's the secret, right? Keep
Yeah.
trying and trying and trying.
absolutely, you won't get it if you don't continue to try. That's what she came here today for, I imagine, and there's nothing lost by trying it. She wasn't chasing an overall medal, and not everyone can, so they have to come with their own goals. Sweden's Ellen Ackerson now reattempting the 205. We didn't think necessarily she'd come back out. She did give a kind of a hand motion of that's me done, but here she is, a real trooper looking to come out and reattempt it. Just like the more technical benches, you know, sumo is a little bit more technical. She rolls the bar to the front. She's surprised on her final bench. Maybe she'll do it again on her final deadlift.
Wow.
Wow, and she is doing it just like her last deadlift bench, but she is just glued there. It was not moving. And you can't say she hasn't got heart.
What an effort there.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody hold it in one place for so long. Walks off in good spirits though.
And we are getting into some serious totals here in the B group. They are approaching 500 kilos.
Yeah, already one lifter broken through that 500 already, which is incredible. You have 210 kilos for Chiara here. 4 kilo personal best on her deadlift as well as on her total. So looking for a deadlift and total national record to take home to Switzerland.
I'm sure some of these lifters are going to be on the A group.
Absolutely. Next time round.
Wow.
And as you can tell from that, it's an extremely stacked class to see that caliber of lifting in the B group. 2 to 1, a good lift. Again, just getting that red. She's a very upright lifter when she locks out, but her shoulders are locked out as her knees. Just 2 deadlifts remaining. A huge 212.5 for Vega Lestegas of Spain to land her on 495, just so close to that 500 kilo total. We have 5 kilo personal best on her total should she make this, as well as a huge deadlift PB.
This matches her PB training. I've seen so much growth on Rosalia these last few years. She's relatively new to the sport and she's doing amazing things. Good luck with this one, Rosalia.
Wow, that is an incredible end to the day for Rosalia, and a good lift,
Oh
3
my
white
God,
lights.
I'm so happy for her.
And if that's what we see after 3 years of competing, I can't wait to see what she has to come.
Wow, and now on to Melanie.
Yeah, we have one last deadlift remaining in this flight, and it is huge. We have big deadlifters in the A flight, so it's going to be a challenge to challenge them for those deadlift medals, but she's going to do her very best to do so. She knows the A group are going to be pushing each other, and perhaps she's looking to put herself in the best position for a deadlift medal. Melanie Wirtz from Germany, 230 kilos. This would give her a 512.5 kilo total from the B group. Absolutely incredible statement she's making today. Even if she doesn't get this, 507.5 is quite the statement.
I love seeing their fellow lifters looking for the lift too.
Yeah, everybody wants her to get this. The crowd is filling up. This is a huge pull. Oh, and she does get it moving, but she just gets stuck. She is resilient, but it's just not there today, unfortunately. Still ends in a 507.5 total, which is incredible with a 225 deadlift.
Stay with us for the awards ceremony, where we will be giving our athletes participation.
Phenomenal job there from Wirtz.
What an interesting big group session, right?
Absolutely exhilarating. You can see here where everyone ended up on deadlifts. 225 still may be enough to sneak onto the podium if they are pushing each other. But that concludes the B group. We will be joined later at 3 p.m. local time for the 63 kilo and 69 kilo A group. Laura, thank you for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me.
And we will catch you later. See you then.